Hospitals are a good place for people who want to matter. Being an essential worker and directly impacting people's lives is an amazing experience. In general, I've appreciated TV programs like ER, Scrubs, House, Chicago Med, and Grey's Anatomy. I value these shows for attempting to portray hospital culture because it is fascinating. My favorite is Grey's Anatomy. This series is very interesting. But is it realistic? I'm asked that a lot by people who are outside of medicine and by young people who are considering careers in healthcare. I don't have much time to watch television, but my own experience resonates with Grey's Anatomy on many levels. I appreciate so much of what this program has accomplished. The series is interpretive in nature, and the content is concentrated. Still, it can be remarkably insightful. So let's watch this clip together, and I'll tell you what I see. In this segment, Dr. Christina Yang, played by Sandra Oh, is finishing an open heart surgery which she has performed independently. Are there really that many people in an operating room? Yes, this is realistic. There will be 1 to 2 surgeons, 2 nurses, a circulator, a first and second assist for the operation. There's an anesthesiologist who may have an anesthesia tech with them. It's quite crowded. The senior surgeon, who is ultimately responsible for the case, is Dr. Teddy Altman, played by Kim Raver. She is trying to be very hands-off. Dr. Yang is close to finishing her training, and Dr. Altman wants her to demonstrate independence, both to increase her confidence and to prove that she is ready. So Dr. Altman is not even scrubbed in. She's sitting in the corner reading a magazine. Now that's a little far-fetched. She should at least be scrubbed and probably standing at the operating table, even if she is allowing Dr. Yang to do the case. But the show is interpretive and deserves some poetic license. Deep down, Dr. Yang wants so much to be independent. Being allowed to do the case herself is both an honor and a test. For all of us who trained in procedural specialties, this is the independence we crave. Nothing builds confidence like doing it on your own and being allowed to struggle and work through the difficulties that you encounter. To me, this scene may actually depict Dr. Yang indulging a fantasy of operating on her own. She wishes for Dr. Altman to not be scrubbed in and sitting in the corner, just like the show actually shows. It appears that the operation has gone very smoothly. They are finishing. The patient has been on cardiopulmonary bypass for the purposes of open heart surgery with valve replacement. It's time to reverse that. She mentions that she is now decannulating the aorta. She's not gloating, but likely feels quite proud of herself right now, and deservedly so.
Okay, pressures are good. Let's come off. Decannulating.
And her colleagues are watching from a viewing gallery above the operating room. This is also perfectly realistic. Such viewing galleries absolutely exist in teaching hospitals. It's for training purposes, and you need authorization to enter. And you see that most everyone in the gallery is taking notes and concentrating on the procedure.
Cool.
Book an on-call room.
What happened to drinks first?
It's kind of a waste of time, right? Cut to the chase.
Then there's this rather personal interaction. Dr. Alex Karev, who's quite a flirt on the show, leans over and tells his junior colleague, Dr. Reed Adamson, played by Nora Zetner, that he put in a good word for her to get her more operating time. He then suggests she should reserve a call room to pay him back. She knows he's asking for a sexual encounter and has a laugh. And just as Dr. Meredith Grey is calling out Alex because he's still married, Dr. Yang suddenly has a bleeding complication and is losing control of her surgery. For me, this depicts an inescapable reality of hospital culture, particularly training hospitals. That's how the personal lives of doctors blend with the life and death situations of the job. Casual chit-chat can instantly switch to critical communication that saves lives and then flip right back. This is accurate and quite common and important for the show to portray. Doctors think nothing of eating lunch while looking at blood and guts. They can sleep with screams in the background or talk about going out last night, then in the next breath discuss withdrawal of care with the grieving family. Given the density of critical situations day after day, it's part of survival.
Run tanker valve. How? What?
She's tachycardic.
Suction.
Take this. sponge stick, please. I'm having difficulty locating the bleeder. Dr. Altman?
Keep looking.
BP's dropping.
How come Altman's not doing anything?
Suction. More suction.
So instantly, we're back to Dr. Yang. Suddenly, there's a bleeding complication and she's struggling to regain control. In reality, I would expect the attending surgeon, Dr. Altman, to be scrubbed in and at the operating table, even if she holds back to allow her protege to work through the complication. It's absolutely true that we learn the most when we are made to stand on our own 2 feet and work through critical situations on our own, and the best training programs allow for that. This is precisely what is happening here.
I could suture directly or clamp. I don't know which one to do.
I don't know either.
Well, my guess is if you came and looked at it, you would have a better idea.
I'm sure that's true, but I'm not the one operating.
Moments ago, when things were going well, Dr. Yang loved that Dr. Altman was sitting in the corner. Now in her panic, it feels like Dr. Altman is miles away. We don't know if she's literally scrubbed out of the case. What we do know is that Dr. Yang is being pushed to bail herself out, and it is painful.
Helping her.
How's it going? Yang's killing her patient, and Altman's reading the Atlantic Monthly.
Dr. Hunt, another faculty surgeon, sees all of this from the gallery and runs down to the OR. It's common for colleagues to step into each other's cases to see how things are going and to offer assistance. It's also common to have differences in opinion and approaches to the same case. Depending on their relationship, these dialogues can be sharp or even politically loaded. Given how Dr. Yang was pleading for help from Dr. Altman just moments ago, we would expect Dr. Yang to now want help from Dr. Hunt. But while Dr. Altman and Dr. Hunt are arguing, Dr. Yang has reached down and found her inner warrior. She's also found a way forward and is regaining control of the case. Raising her voice, she then calls out Dr. Hunt for distracting her and orders him to leave her operating room.
Dr. Hunt, you are blowing my concentration. Now get out of my OR. Pig or cow.
That's how quickly the situation has completely changed. The remarkable fact is that such life and death experiences are the bread and butter of a surgical practice. Holding a life in your hands is like nothing else. This is why we train. This is why we show up for work every day. This is why we will do it all over again tomorrow. Nothing else compares. For me, this is the takeaway from this segment of Grey's Anatomy. The shortcomings of television aside, this is what we saw is both beautiful and profound.